to jump in the action is going to be our commentator. So don't go anywhere. Check this out.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2, make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO, guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just in time for the game between HAVU and Renegades. My name is Hugo. Joining me today is Risk. How's China treating you, Risk? How are you feeling?
Pretty good so far. Travel here was rather easy. Usually when you go 10, 12, 14 hours, travel gets kind of hard, but here it was fine. Jet lagged a bit, so of course time zones and everything, it's hard to handle, but I'm okay.
Yeah, you're not going to be alone. HAVU obviously may be experiencing the same thing, but Renegades, as was just said on the desk, are coming off the back of the Asian minus. They should be looking good coming into this game. What are your expectations just straight off the bat with this?
I feel like Renegades, I want to be echoing what Jaakko said here. I think they are the better team, but I feel like HAVU have a chance, at least in the first map here, with the upset potential. The first map of the tournament is always very hard to go into. When you're the favorite, you always have this kind of like pressure on you to do well, and sometimes if your opponent comes prepared, they can kind of topple you off in that first map. If they can translate that momentum into map 2, then they have a chance. But I feel like over best of 3, this should be Renegades map, or match to win.
Preparation's a big thing to talk about as well, if we take that into account, right? Not only are Renegades coming off the back of the Asian Minor, an event I'm sure they've done a lot of preparation for, which would have taken away from this event, but also coming into this event as the team expected to go out of groups in second place after VP, they may be not as prepared to deal with the underdogs like HAVU, like Flash. And considering this is HAVU's first big international event, maybe they're going to have a bit of an edge in that sense.
And you also have to take into account the fact that they played Denver last week, or the week before that, then they came to the Asian Minor, and now they're here. So this is like the third tournament in a row for Renegades while they're on the road, basically. So they haven't had that much time to prepare. And if you're preparing for a tournament like this and you're Renegades, HAVU's not a team that you think, okay, we're going to have to prep everything for that. You're thinking about VP, you're thinking about Heroic. We have to prep for these teams. These teams are the teams that we have to do hours upon hours of demo reviews to make sure we have the best setup for. HAVU, you're kind of expecting to beat in a best of 3 on your sheer skill alone.
And that's why we see a lot of upsets in group stages as well. And I think HAVU are definitely a team that could perform one of those upsets. Obviously, the top team in Finland right now, winning everything in Finland, Finland CS, all the Finnish lands. And while they haven't really had a chance to play internationally in such a big stage, this is definitely their opportunity to upset and into this matchup as well. Even the map pool is quite interesting. You know, kicking things off on overpass, as the guys on the desk said, this is likely to be HAVU's chance to upset. But again, if they lose that first map, I don't see it going their way.
No, I think HAVU definitely has to take that first map, or else they'll be out 2-0 in this series. But that's also one thing that's very interesting about this tournament, because usually you can see the results here on the screen from some past events. DreamHack Denver not too long ago, I was there. Of course, we have the best of 1 in the group stage, and that can sometimes give you upset that you normally wouldn't see in a best of 3. So I think it's very interesting. Epicenter also tried it with a different format. It's very interesting to have group games in that best of 3 format, because you're going to be absolutely sure, not absolutely sure, you can never be absolutely sure, but you're going to be very sure that the best team will make it through. You're not going to see that best of 1 upset on kind of like a weird map. So this is where we get to see the whole series.
Yeah, definitely. And overall, obviously you said you're leaning in the way of Renegades. Do you think this will be a 2-1 series? Do you think HAVU are going to contend with them, or is this just going to be a complete clean sweep for the Australians?
it comes down to, in my opinion, how they're going to start up on overpass. If they're going to be fired up, ready to go, if they have everything ready, if they have anti-strats, if they have something lined up for the pistol. I feel like if they can start up with a great deal of momentum, if they can get the pistol round out of the way, the first buy round out of the way, I think they can take map 1. But this whole series depends on them taking map 1, and obviously it does, because you need to get to that map 3, and you're not going to win the second one because it's Renegades. But they have to come out swinging. If they don't come out swinging, I think this could go 2-0, but if I was a betting man, I would probably go for the 2-1 for Renegades.
Yeah, okay, I understand. You're going with the safe prediction. I'm going to go with the ballsy one. I think HAVU can upset this one. I do think it will come down to 3 maps, but I think overall this map pool does kind of lead in the favor of HAVU. While we don't have Inferno, that was banned out by Renegades in the second ban, which is a team that is a map that I would say HAVU are most known for, a map that they have done very, very well on LAN on, and you know, just without a doubt their best map. But also the fact that Renegades really are not an overpass team really does lead to the favour of HAVU in the first match coming up. And then Train coming on later as well, you know, that's just an average map for Renegades at the very best. That's not one that they look to do damage on, like his Cash, for example.
I feel like Train is one of these maps that Renegades have a lot of potential to be very good at it, but it doesn't seem to me that they've spent so much time on prepping specifically for that map, because they have other maps that are stronger in their map pool. It's kind of like the third map that they usually can go to in a decider, not something they play in a best of 1. But like, I think they have the potential. They have, of course, the great AWPing skills in that team. That's rule number 1 on Train. That's what you gotta have. And they have the coordination for the T side. They have good rotations on the CT side, which is also something you have to be very aware of when you're playing Train. So I feel like Train, even though the stats aren't telling us that this is a good map for Renegades, I feel like that's what I'm basing my prediction of why I think they're going to win that map 3, because I feel like they have the correct setup for it. It hasn't showed 100% yet, but I think they have the potential to show it.
And talking of individual play, who would you lean for in Renegades to be your MVP?
It's always up to, like, usually you would say Nafly or Nifty, and with this series I would probably say Nifty. But one thing that I've actually, apart from being like the MVP performance, I think the difference maker is not really the MVP performance. The difference maker to me is if JKS or Ustilla will step up to a level that's above average, because I feel like that's been one of the problems for Renegades. When they face really tough opposition, then Ustilla's going to have a problem. He's going to have one map where he goes off. The 2 others, he's going to be way down low. JKS is going to have the same problem. And I feel like that is the problem they have. They have 2 MVPs in NAF and in Nifty that can step up. But if Ustilla and JKS aren't doing the average level, then it's going to be hard for the rest of the team to get up there.
Yeah, Nifty's a good choice, I'd say. Obviously, coming off the back of the Asian Minor, the whole funny part of that event was the MVP of the entire event was an American player in the Asian Minor, and that was Nifty.
Ironic.
Yeah, indeed. I think looking towards HAVU in and of itself, I don't think many people would disagree that Sergey is coming into this one as the expected MVP regardless of the outcome. The young 16-year-old player, and again, this is a team of young players. We've got players like Otto, for example, who's only 19, Sergey who's only 16, and matched together with the experienced likes of both Karen and Zati. I think this is a really strong Finnish roster. You know, we had that whole kind of Finnish split with all these teams have been changing in the last, I'd say, like 4 or 5 months, and we finally got a roster I think that can compete at this level. I'm actually really excited to see HAVU compete up here. When I was watching the qualifiers and watching them make their way up, I was like, they can do it. They really can do it. And obviously, Space Soldiers are actually the ones to beat them 2-1 in the grand final to qualify for this event. Unfortunately, they couldn't attend due to commitment issues with schedules and stuff. Obviously, the EU minor running over the same date being very late to be announced. But I feel like this is a really good chance for HAVU to prove who they are. And again, like we already said coming into this matchup, them being prepared, Renegades very unlikely to be prepared for this matchup. This is the upset potential. This is the chance HAVU have to, I wouldn't even say get first place out of group, not with VP. That's looking very difficult off the back of their second place at Epicenter, as inconsistent as they are. But for definitely for them to get into the upper bracket match of this group, to actually have a chance to even fight against VP, and then maybe if they do fall down and get a rematch like this, which would probably be expected between Renegades and Flash, hell, they could really get out of this group in second.
Yeah. Also, apart from all this, even though if they don't make it to the playoffs, this is a great deal of experience to get for a team like this. To get an LAN experience, you're playing with the jet lag, you're kind of getting the experience that all these other pro teams are having every single week, it seems almost, with all these tournaments going on. They haven't really been able to do that. As they said on the desk, they've only been winning Finnish tournaments, and that can only take you this far. You get to a kind of plateau where you need, okay, now we need international experience in a LAN setting. And this is what they're getting now. So this is also a great step, especially for the 2 young players, as you mentioned. I think Sergey coming here, playing his first big LAN event in another, this is insane. When I was 16, I was maybe playing a local LAN every year. And he's now going to China to play for like a grand prize purse with everything on the line. It's so cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited to see his LAN performance. And this is a team that has been stronger on LAN than they have been online as well, I would say, which is why it's so great to see them actually succeed in these qualifiers and get into second place to actually get the invite over Space Soldiers. And obviously, you know, while they haven't played in Finnish LANs, I think that while they haven't played international LANs, they've played international teams on LAN. I think that the Nordic Stars, which was the same weekend as ROG Assembly, that was the event that they famously won, I think, 3 LAN events over a weekend, over the course of 2-3 days, and they came first place in every single one. That was a bunch of like Swedish and Norwegian teams as well, but obviously they still won that. However, I wouldn't say the competition was great there. This is where the real competition comes in.
Yes.
And I'm worried. Like that's the thing, right? They can come into this one even if they go out in groups, even if they go out in last place, which I think would be a shame. It's nothing to be too ashamed for. They are coming into this event as big underdogs. But that being said, I'm very much excited to see how they can perform, and I think there's upset potential coming into this game with the lack of preparation we can expect from Renegades. But we're here into the first map, overpass, the map pick of HAVU for those unaware, and we're into the knife round for this best of 3.
All right, knife to decide size, as we usually have between HAVU and Renegades here. And of course, as always, just nice cinematic angles to make something that's usually dull maybe a little bit more exciting.
Starladder Production's always fun, right? They were the guys who kind of pioneered the signs, you know, in Overpass, for example, the map and the A bomb site and the CT spawn. They put their little logos there. I do like that. Hopefully, we'll see some of that at this event. Although I'm not actually sure.
That's so nice to see, like production companies or leagues trying to step it up with extra thing. Oh, the whole glove thing. I was so happy to see that. That was so on point.
But that's the knife round underway and done and dusted. HAVU will be going for the pick. I can imagine the CT side coming into this map. That is to be expected. And again, it is their map pick, so we're expecting a little more preparedness, if that's a word, which is not, over against the side of Renegades, who don't put a lot of time into Overpass as well, which just leads to the favour of HAVU. Finnish guys looking happy, which is rare.
Very
as
rare.
well. Just getting ready for the game.
Yeah, that's the standard Finnish expression. It's just nothing. It's jokes of like Finland. I've never been actually. I've never been.
You've never been to Finland?
No.
That surprises me as a Dane.
Yeah, I should go.
You definitely should. It's pretty close.
I've heard
right?
many stories from Latu of his home region. Sounds very nice, all of it.
Very
so.
expensive.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like Denmark.
You live in Denmark, right? So it doesn't. Yeah, money's not a thing to you. You're all rich anyway, right? That's why you're in esports. Oh wait.
No. If I was Norwegian, then money wouldn't be a thing because I would have all the oil in the world. But
exactly.
Sadly, that's not the case. But we are, of course, still a few seconds away from starting this one. Should be an interesting one. JKS getting warmed up, as we do have a team lined up here. One thing that I'm actually also pretty excited to see is how Az is going to perform here. We've been talking about pretty much every single player on this team so far, but Az is one of these players that, in my opinion, can be a rock for Renegades, and he can be kind of the player they depend on every single time to have a above-average performance with rifles all over the place.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see Renegades as well do so well recently with the current roster changes that this team has gone through. Obviously, you know, we've had that whole Jay-Z walking situation, we've had a Nexus situation, none of them really working out. Bringing in the NA players has definitely been an increase in performance, and especially with these guys, you know, performing in NA, playing in NA as well helps. But we're into the pistol round here. HAVU starting things off on the CT side. We've got utility for Alexib, and Naf is going to be on the Molotov with the smoke. Fast up towards the A-bomb site for Renegades, and HAVU with some aggressive positioning, but HAVU will fall back.
See Otto going for the opening peaks. If he rotates back or just stays in that corner, that's the question. Okay, he does get back up from his teammates, so now they're two-manning his position. Let's see if they can get something out of it. If they can get a couple of kills before the execute actually starts, before the smokes and Molotov, as we see on Naf, he's behind. He's not executing just yet. He's not setting it up just yet. If they can get 1 or 2 kills now, this could destroy the whole execute from Renegades. To see HAVU playing two-man in this corner. Usually you only play one and then one in the back. Let's see how they're going to play this one out. Go for the peak. Nice from Sergey. Takes down JKS.
That's a bomb dropped as well. Naf is quick with the trade, but in the meantime, Alexa B has gone down on the A-bomb site. Flank coming out from said site, and good work onto retrieving the bomb for Renegades. They wrapped around the back, as now this leaves the B players to rotate on in. The triple stack did not work out for HAVU, but they've still got 2 men up. Make that just 1. Zati, last man standing, and while he's doing damage, it's a very difficult position to be in. Bomb's going to be down now for Renegades. They're getting into the post plants. They still have the Molotov only just going out in the bank. Zati is cornered here, and Nifty's even snuck himself into position. Zati grabs it, and with you still low, this is now looking doable. But realistically, without the kit in his hand, it is dropped up aggressively towards long as well. This is going to be made a very, very difficult clutch. Spots 1, but the wraps come out.
Yeah, Ustilo's just going to be baiting in that position, and then when they hear the tap, they're going to double peek him. And now they even got to pick different angles, so there's no chance whatsoever. NAF had a really huge round here because he actually rotated really well in to get into the back of that kind of positioning from HAVU. So NAF, once again, we talked about him being this kind of MVP of the team, him and Nifty. This time around, very clever play. Makes him grab 3K in that round.
Yeah, and that entire setup was just based on Alexa B being able to hold on to the A-bomb site. Because, as you said, if NAF didn't get that kill, if Alexa B shuts it down, that double long control is great. The player pushing up long isn't going to be able to retrieve the bomb up against 2. And HAVU just had the round in and of itself. But it's a strong one for Renegades to kick things off. And not so strong of a buy, a single rifle. What do you make of this?
See, this is kind of like taking me back a few months to the meta where the UMP was just stronger than everything else. And interesting buy. They're going for a lot of utility here, so I would expect a big execute. If they can start up with a frag onto LXCB, that would be great, but only get the tag down to 11. And the nade, the Kobe nade, of course. Nifty with precision on point. And this is actually interesting. They're going to flash out the guy onto short now. Let's see if this works out.
Yeah, Karen with a bit of aggression sees he's lethal at this kind of range. Flashes go over, but Renegades are blind. Doesn't matter. Ustillo with a quick entry and will double down onto the player towards the back of the bomb site. Renegades already on a 5-on-2, and this force buy has netted HAVU nothing. A third kill coming out from the man himself, and Sergey should probably just look to save. Hold on to that armor for another round. This isn't a retakeable situation. And to see Renegades pick up their second round without losing a single point of HP is incredibly impressive.
Yeah, it's very nice from them. They get very lucky on the timing with the flashbang. If that flashbang had been 2 seconds before, I think the seats at 75 could at least have taken 1 frag, perhaps even 2. That wasn't the case. This time around, they get the frag onto short, they get the smoke down, they get the Molotov down. Everything in that execute just works out. They even have smokes to spare. They don't use them all because they know, okay, with 5v1 post plan, there's no reason to smoke off upper. There's no reason to smoke off short behind us because we know he's not going to retake it. We can just bring these smokes into the next round.
Indeed they can, and while they won't find the hiding Sergey, they will keep all their guns alive. So Renegades looking good moving forward. Again, the bonus round will be interesting to see how that plays out as they bring that into the 4th, very likely, unless we see some damage from HAVU into the 3rd. Although that's not to be expected. We've got the AWP being saved for an Otto. Sergey as well, just keeping that CZ75. 3-0 looking very likely here for Renegades. It's all about keeping that money high. As many players as they can keep alive. I mean, NAF won't even buy utility here. He's just looking to get that AWP in as early as possible, expecting maybe HAVU to do the same. And again, that's what we look for in Renegades. The AWPing power of NAF is very, very strong, and this is one of the big positives of bringing him into the roster. He can carry you guys through, these guys through a game.
What I'm interested in here is usually when you see teams in round like this, they'll make the, in my opinion, mistake of buying a CZ75 or Deagle and then just play off single positions. This time they're actually not buying anything, and then they're stacked at the same position in order to, as you said, get that economy rolling on the CT side. It's almost more expensive. But if you can get that triple stack, but no, it doesn't matter. Forget everything I said. NAF is just tearing them a new one, just taking 3 of them down. The rest of the team come in from the back, and that's done. Simple.
As I say, this guy can carry you through a game. Maybe I was thinking with an AWP, but like, what can you even do against that? Ridiculous.
Yeah, of course, it's eco frags. There's no armor involved. There's no utility, but still, like,
with 5 players there, you'd expect a kill.
At least 1 kill.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's all over for HAVU and that eco. This is the buy, though. AWP up on Otto. We're going to still see the bonus round in play, and Renegade's not making the classic mistake of buying up the AWP with the bonus round. That's a big risk, because then the whole point of a bonus round is you want to keep your money for the next if you do lose it, but they can buy up the AWP if they lose this, and they're just going to go into the rush B. This makes sense. Molotov's in, Caron towards the back, and he's going to get just destroyed. Dink comes in, and Alexi B doing damage as well. Finds 2 in through the top of the smoke as he backs back off to the CT spawn. Renegades with control of the bomb site, but yet to get the bomb down with a man disadvantage. HAVU continue to play very passive. Molotov's in, forces them back, and that allows the bomb plant, but the aggression punished. 4v2 for HAVU, looking very good.
See if they can still hold it. Nope. Otto goes for the peek, and now it's all on NAF, and he gets a double, though. NAF now in a 1v2, but Otto shuts it down in the end. That was getting a bit too close. 2 players will survive. NAF close to bring it home once again, and going to get that defuse going in. Nice retake coming in for HAVU. That Molotov was really nice, but I felt like Renegades were perhaps a bit too, they were a bit too peeking too much into positions where they should probably just hold back. They had 2 positions down towards water where I felt like if they held those positions together, get that crossfire going, they could have done very well there.
Well, that's a bonus round in and of itself, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
You just want to take a lot of chances.
Yeah, it's risky to go for those fights with UMPs. It's nice to see HAVU play passive as well. They do play very calculated CS on the CT side, so it's nice to see they just wait for the bomb to go down. They don't push in too early when all the players have their guns out. They're all ready and waiting on the bomb site. Now we see the real buy. Now we see the AWP in for this team. HAVU still keeping their own, and Renegades fast up towards the A side of the map. We haven't got aggression from the door from Otto. He's instead just sat back down towards the connector. We'll begin to back off with the support from Sergey. AK on him as well, retrieved from the previous round.
Nifty on that Renegade side is probably going to be the one that I have my eyes on for this one. I remember watching him a lot at Denver and very impressed. Not only a clever player, clever on how he uses the AWP, how he opens up different parts of the map with the AWP, not even getting kills, but also just scoping out and getting map control. The way that he plays with that rifle, or that sniper rifle, is very, very impressive. And also indoors, when he has to do the flick shots and all that, he's also very good at it. So I feel like he's a very complete AWP player. We have some players that are just very good in aim duels and not really good at playing around the map and getting map control. Otto, on the other hand, holding the third position here. Let's see if he can get something out of it. He does take down Nifty and wins that duel. I was talking him up, but I should be talking about Otto instead as he takes that shot, smokes off. Can he get the second one? Very close. But no cigar.
Yeah, still Sergey on long with the support from the AWP on the bomb site. Similar to the setup in a pistol round. This time Sergey doesn't need support though. Quick frag onto Usillo, and one by one Renegades starting to diminish in numbers. No trade frags even coming in as well. These guys playing very, very solo into their first rifle round.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand, because I feel like Renegades are a team that can play very much together. In this round, that did not happen at all. There was only the double peek towards short, but that didn't work out. Good flashbang here. Now actually works out. Opens up for Naf. Can come in with a double.
Yeah, quick frags. And now Renegades with the bomb site under control. HAVU again, similar to the previous round, very passive. They wait for the plant to go in before they commit to the retake. And with 10 seconds left, Molotov's down for Renegades, forcing these Finns out of the bomb site. They're going to have to come in with a retake. Already aggressive positioning from Naf as he pushes up towards the CT spawn, but there's so many positions that need covering. HAVU have 3 ways to get back into the bomb site, and while they'll only be using 2, they've still got the man advantage up. JKS just playing for info. Sergey, quick peek takes him down, and Alexa B finishes off the job onto Naf. Nice round from HAVU. Clean retake. Don't lose a player post-plant. And 2 rounds on the board for the CT side. That's both in a row now.
Yeah, and 2 retakes. 2 really good retakes as well. Albeit the first one was against the bonus one with the UMPs, and they were peeking aggressively. But this retake also looked very nice. On the same bomb site, it shows us that the fundamentals for retaking on CT are there. And that's very important to have those fundamentals in place when you're playing a team like Renegades. There's not going to be any room for mistake. So you have to be absolutely sure every single time you go into a retake, everyone knows what the plan is, you're timing it right, you're waiting for each other.
Yeah, and now just off the back of keeping 10 players alive over 2 rounds in the anti-ecos and then running the bonus one, Renegades have still got a buy up. You wouldn't usually expect this, but the bomb plant definitely giving them a little bit of extra cash to play. As HAVU starting to build up their own bank as they keep 3 alive in the previous round, netting a profit, they'll begin to fall back, and it's again Otto kicking things off for the CT side, shuts down Usillo. Not the AWPer of the previous of the other team, but it's still a nice pick to begin things. Renegade's got to be careful now, and as a result, Naf going to peek into B just for some information. If he can catch out a free kill, it's good, but this is a dangerous position to be in, because if he goes down again, that's a 5-on-3 for HAVU, kicking things off as they did the previous round, and Renegades can't afford to be down 2 players just 30 seconds in.
So the idea here for Naf is to make a lot of noise on that B bomb site, to act like, okay, he's scoping out the site. If he gets some information, if he gets a kill, they're going to go for that B push. But while right now he's rotating up back through the connector, they're getting ready for the utility. Surely they're going to execute onto that A bomb site in 10-20 seconds time. The question is now, if they throw the smokes and everything towards A, do they then go back and fake it onto A and then go to the B bomb site? Because they have 2 kind of settings on that strategy.
Well, with the bomb up long, there's no way they're going for the fake here, and that's already been spotted and dropped. Otto, a quick kill onto Nifty, and that's a massive mistake to make if you're Renegades. The bomb's now alone, and that can allow for this rotation of HAVU. They know these guys are here. They know they've still got control of the bomb, and Sergey looking to keep control. Naf attempts to retrieve it, but he goes straight down. A massive mistake from Renegades, and the round is just falling apart at their fingers. Only Azza left on this A bomb site, and not a single kill yet to come in. Will finally be found as the AWP dropped, but a quick trade found. As HAVU, they take their 3rd on the board, and Renegades, I've got to say, that's a pretty awful setup to be bringing the bomb up towards long when your entire team is up towards a short area.
Yeah, and this is the thing that I was talking about in the intro to this game. What are the win conditions for HAVU? Of course, they have to play very high level CS. They are doing that right now, but they also need Renegades to not play up to their full potential. And that's what Renegades are doing right now. This is not looking good. Of course, Naf is doing great, as we can see here, but that doesn't really matter when you have several players around that 1-2 kill. I think we had JKS on 0 kills. If you think back historically over this Renegades team, like even though back when they were called Vox Eminor, JKS was the star player of that team.
For sure.
He cannot be on 0 frags.
I mean, even Azza was a big man in that roster as well, and currently not as active as we would have hoped. A tactical pause for Renegades, and I definitely can't blame them into this round.
This is where Kassad comes into play, the coach, of course. Surely has a couple of things to say about how they're playing this so far, and a couple of things to change mid-round maybe, about how they make the decisions. Definitely the way that they had the round just before, where I think it was Nifty peeking long alone with the bomb on his back with the orb. That can just not have that cannot happen.
And the whole point is, even if he's peeking, that's fine, right? But why would you have the bomb on long for the first place, even if it was dropped? Because that means you can't even fake a rotation down towards B. If the bomb's on long, HAVU know you're hitting the A site. They know you're not going for that fake. If it's on short, it's another story.
And that's like one of these small mistakes. I feel like these tactical pauses, these short tactical pauses, actually can say, okay, this is a mistake, we need to correct that now. Okay, we get this. Now next time we execute, we're going to get it right. And I feel like that's very nice. You have these short tactical pauses where you can fix small mistakes and mid-round calls, and then you can do it better the next time, and that's what they need right now.
Playing off the back of Nifty with that scout, everyone else on pistols and a bit of armor as well to play with. But this time HAVU playing very passively. They know they're up against pistols, so don't want to play in aggressive positions where they could be caught out. The scout even spotted, no more jumps now from the bomb side as Alexi B just plays a little more passive. That's Sergey, sorry. But instead he'll actually look to make a bit of a play on short. Renegades not falling for anything just yet, sitting on the other side of the smoke.
Only one flashbang to execute, and that's on Naf. So it's going to be that flashbang timing. If they get an opening, that's going to be what gets them into the bomb site. See, nice shot.
That's actually through the wall as well. Bit of damage, nothing significant. Again, no armor on Nifty, so got to be careful. Smoke's running dry on this A bomb site. A single Molotov remains, and that's on Sergey.
One rotation has come in from that B bomb site, coming into bank now. So there are now 3 players on the A bomb site. And also it's just shooting away, and getting kills.
That's off the back of them not seeing any pressure towards B at all. No faces being shown from Renegade. So they will late commit with a quick entry from Ustillo, but Sergey still holding down the bomb site. Nice frag from him, but he's damaged. The pistols do the work, and so does he. 2 frags. Eventually the bomb will be able to go down. This Deagle needs to land it. Shots and it does. Ustillo on 2 kills right now. And into a 2v2, a situation that never should have been. The Molotov picked up off the body of Sergey, goes out towards the stairs, holds off these HAVU players and forces them to wrap into the face of this AWP. JKS, a quick shot. Now it's all on Karen. A 1v2 going to be needed. Ustillo tagged and no armor, but it's the AWP getting back towards the short area, which is going to be so pivotal in winning this round. And even Ustillo does it. 3 frags from the man himself, 2 with the Deke, the AK shines, and Renegades, they win an eco.
Very nice round. Late commit coming in, and as you said, probably shouldn't have been. I feel like you're right in that. HAVU should have shut that down. Sergey should have done more than just get. I know he gets 2 frags, and always you're going to say, if you get that 2 for 1 trade, that's always going to be nice. But from his position and the way they had set up on that bomb side, I feel like he could have done way more. And we probably expect him to do way more because we know how good he can be.
Well, the issue is the position he was playing is he had no one to bail him out, right? He's stuck in the corner, so he's got to go down to the death, right? Instead of just playing the back of the truck, for example, he can kind of just bait peek and wait for his team to rotate in. He's just trying to stop the bomb plant. And while it makes sense with low time left, the issue is he has no teammate to save him. Unfortunate start for Zato. He jumps up the top of the short area and gets caught.
And he will also see the economy come into play for HAVU. Won a bunch of rounds, but still not able to buy up fully in this one, and therefore they decide to go for the pistols because they want to make sure they have every single piece of utility when they have the full buy because they know they're going to need it against Renegades. So they're doing pistols.
And the AWP that's been doing work on Otto at least, so it makes sense going for this eco, not wanting to reinvest too early on. A kill found, but Azza looking to hold on to the weapon so HAVU can't retrieve it. Still Karen's close in the smoke. He will wrap round, but that that weapon spotted, sorry, Azza. Another quick kill. Naf going to come in as well onto the speed bomb sign. Well, the flank comes out. It's too little, too late. Sergey can't even hit this shot. And it's Nifty with the AWP to close out the rounds. Renegades, a nice anti-eco there, not performing the same as HAVU did. But we do have the buy coming out, Risk. We do have that ult back in play. The gun that's been making a lot of progress for HAVU on this A-bomb site.
Yeah, definitely. He has been, Otto has been very nice with it. And that's one of the players that I don't watch a lot of Finnish CS, so Otto is one of the players that has gone not undetected on my radar, but definitely low on it. And it's very nice to see him stepping up in this kind of sense. He's 8-6 right now. I'm sure he can do better as the game progresses, but his fundamentals definitely seem to be on point here, and that's always nice to see.
Yeah, he's even taking connect control as well, just starting things off. He's done that a couple of rounds prior, but Renegades weren't there to at least make the read and expecting to be in this position again. They do go down, but they look to trade. However, he's already fallen back towards the short area. It's going to be Naf snuck out on B, but Karen playing passive. Not spotted. On the other side of the smoke, Karen may be caught out of position as well as he moves towards a site. Nice shot from Naf. That's an entry. That will force a rotation. We've got a triple setup on A for HAVU. They've now got to make it a double. And with the back of that, with Naf so pushed in but alone, Renegades can allow that rotation to come through and then hit the A-bomb site. Otto's flash as he goes to the repeat, he trades, and with the bomb drop, now more information has been passed back to HAVU. They went for that early rotation, but it will be made now back towards A. With the aggression from Zati pushed up on short, he can come up through the connector and backstab Renegades.
Let's see how this one is going to play out. Nifty and Asa. a new duo. If you look historically at the Renegades lineup, but a duo that has been working very well for the last couple of weeks, at least when they've done very well for themselves, but HAVU now in a situation where they can lock this down and get a fourth one on the board.
I'm excited to not see Zati push too aggressively here. He just holds rotation. He knows it's 30 seconds left, 2 players on the bomb site. HAVU can hold this. They don't need to commit to any kind of aggression in this position. And Zati just sits alone in the connector. It's Otto on the site, as you would expect with the AWP to pick up another one. Azza alone, not even going to get anything done. It's 4 kills from that AWP. You literally said last round risk. He's 8-6, but he's going to get better as this game progresses. Well, he's now 12-6. Talk about a profit.
Yeah, that's kind of like an opposite commentator's curse.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
Brand new.
Yeah, very rare. And HAVU coming right back in off the back of an eco loss with a, well, 2 rounds ago, with a reset. 4-5 now on the CT side. Still Renegades putting up numbers though, still looking good. It's going to be Naf at the top of the board here for this T side. 13-6. He's the only man to really be stepping up for the team in that way. We need everyone else to step on Renegades, because despite the scoreline, a lot of that is just off of the early 3 rounds that they got from the pistol and the conversions and the clean anti-ecos. When it comes to buys, HAVU have been outmatching them.
And that's what I feel like Renegade's problem lie, and I feel like this could be maybe the slow start jitters. You see once again Otto winning a duel, and this is something that he's been very good at so far. We haven't seen a lot of the frags because it has been happening on off screen, but as far as I know, he's been picking different players from different angles, and that's what you need from your player. You need to be very versatile with your positions.
Yeah, and he's just backing off straight away. He gets the pick and falls back. He never allows the trade, and Renegades are never in a position to trade him as well. We saw Nifty holding there from the playground. There was no one near him. There was no one there to trade him. With the lack of AWP from Renegades, it's harder to hold an angle up against an aggressive AWP. Otto back to this position that we saw previously. And Renegade's got to be very, very careful now, as they're already down a man. We've got almost 3 towards A, but as I say that, a 3rd rotation going off. That's Caron moving towards B. Luckily, Sergey has the information from the pixel spot here, and Renegades are just going for the full setup. They really do like this A bomb site, but they haven't been doing too well. This time things need to change. Otto already falling back through the smoke. Renegade's given control, but in a 5-on-4, the retake's going to favour HAVU.
Wall of smoke's coming in. Allows him for the bomb plan to a short. As it usually does. Ustillo to get that one down, and here we go, post-plan situation. 5v4, Otto with the first one.
Yeah, nice shot. Azza still playing closer. They haven't cleared this position. The flash will go over, but it's not needed. It's frags for the CT side, and plenty of them. Already the round's over. HAVU just jump back in and get every single kill. They wait for the smokes to fade, and they win the gunfights. Nice round on the retake. Good work from Otto once again with the AWP, and Sergey with 2 on the post plant as well.
Very patient play as well, and that's something that I love to see when that wall of smokes come down. There was a bit of confusion inside the smoke, getting that AWP rotated back, but still, the way that they played around that, knowing, okay, they're going to put down the wall of smokes, they're going to get that bomb down. There's nothing we can do about that right now. We just need to get ready for the retake. When we hit that timing, we're going to just get them. And that's exactly what happens. Once again, the same as with Otto when he peeks with the AWP. He peeks the open angle, then rotates back, gets that advantage, rotates back. That's just clever, simple CS. And that's what apparently is working right now, because they're up 5-5, but they're tied 5-5 against a team that I felt like individually outmatches them. But as a team, HAVU are playing much better.
For sure. Hey, I wouldn't even say Renegades completely outmatch them across the board. We have got these stars of the team. We have got Otto. We have got Sergey. And currently they're showing that. But again, Renegades back towards A. Back towards El Clasico, although it's not been working out. Smoked down straight away and shot through it from Sergey. Will net HAVU the man advantage. Not that they needed any help into this anti-eco. Take into account, it's the same buy that Renegades showed only 3 rounds prior that actually picked it up for them. So HAVU got to be very careful towards this A bomb site. It's Nifty down on the other side of the map to do work with the scout onto B. And now that's got to force that rotation. We already see the AWP dropping down towards the other side of the map. And this makes sense. With so much progress on A here for Renegades, now it's likely they're going to go towards this other side of the map. So for the AWP to be down here, HAVU got to be well prepared.
Let's see how they're going to play this one out, Renegades. One smoke on Naf. Go for the boost here. Let's see if this opens up anything. No, the counter boost. Oh, not the counter boost. The counter position is there. Alexi B getting that frag onto Nifty. Bomb still on the back of JKS and his scout. And of course, it's good to have that scout because he's going to be maybe longer in the, like, more defensive in the back line. But if he's going to be the one peeking, I don't like him having the bomb. They should switch that one over. Let's see how they're going to do it when they go onto the bomb site eventually. That's a nice, nice cinematic.
That's awesome. That's literally lined up just to set up smokes as well. That's funny. We've actually seen a 4th rotation towards B. This is risky. It leaves Alexa B alone. He's going to get wrapped from the left side of the bong site. Somehow the CZ doesn't connect. That gun's sometimes a questionable one. And somehow Renegades are doing it again. A 3-on-2. They found the bomb site. 2 armored players still up and weapons retrieved. It's the AWP from Otto that needs to step up once again. We've seen him do it time and time this match. But this time it's going to be a little more difficult being down a man. Zarte's come in for support. JKS, he's just trying to find another pick, solidify this round. One more kill would do exactly that for Renegades, and he's going to miss his shot. Zarte in with the M4. Again, the same post plants for Renegades, but a different bomb position means this position is hard to hold for Nafly. AWP up for Otto. He knows one of these two players, but he doesn't know he's being wrapped from long. The push coming up, and Azza will land the shot. And there we go. Renegades do it. It's another eco win. It's the A-bomb site, sloppy from HAVU. And that fourth rotation from Alexi B, from Sergey, late into the round, leaving Alexi B alone, was the reason they lost it.
It was not a good setup. I have to say, Renegades, once again, that's something that they're very good at. They're finding the mistakes that opponents made and trying to punish them on them directly while the round is happening. It's not because they're just finding these mistakes, finding these holes, and then in the next 3 rounds exploiting them. They're finding them and exploiting them mid-round.
And while the mistake was made from HAVU to make that rotation, I don't even blame them too much. Not only was there no pressure shown on A from Renegades, other than Azza just sitting close, but also they've hit A, 4 rounds in a row now, so HAVU are surely going to expect a B play sooner or later. And this time it may come through. With the bomb outside of that side of the map, Renegades looking good for this take. HAVU again back down to pistols, and they've been pretty unsuccessful, these ecos so far, so this isn't a round I expect them winning. Especially not with 2 players down towards B and Renegades playing a sneak play. Contact into the site. Caron close with the CZ-75, but as a quick peek, he'll land. Nice entries.
JKS will get the refrag, and no problems, they'll take that bomb site. 3 pistols remaining now. There should be no chance whatsoever for HAVU to get this one done. We've seen a couple of pistol rounds coming from Renegades, but pistol rounds only work if you get that opening with, let's say, a deagle, and you can go into the site, get that bomb down, and hold close angles. There's just nothing close to that for HAVU right now. They have to retake with pistols. It's just not possible whatsoever. Let's see. They're actually going to get you still because he's not watching his back that time around. And also going to get that AWP, no, not that AWP, that AK, and save that. Surely, Alexi B will try his best to get an exit, but at this point, he's just going to go bring that Desert Eagle into the next round. So far, so good, though.
Yeah, looking good for Renegades at least. Despite, I feel like a lot of these rounds have been looking the way of HAVU, but it's Renegades that always seem to be upsetting. This is 2 eco wins now, and off the back of the clean conversions from the pistol as well. These guys are looking very clean on their anti-ecos. That's something you can't fault them for. Renegades are playing things right. And even though, you know, we've not seen a huge amount of wins so far for HAVU, I'm happy with how they're playing. This isn't a matchup that many people are expecting them to take, although this is a map that many people are. So Otto back on the AWP, the buy-in, the AK gonna mean more utility can come through as well for the CT side. Will definitely increase their chances of getting this reset straight onto the back of Renegades. But hell, even if Renegades go down 8-7 on the half, they're still going to be favored moving forward to the CT side.
This is what I feel like HAVU have in their cards right now, because when they have the buy rounds, all the stuff they have prepared, of course you're going to use that on the buy rounds. That's where you're all on your best if you're the prepared team. They're winning those. The problem comes when a weird round hits, like a pistol force or something from the Terry side, something that they have not planned for. That's where Renegades come in and get their round. So I feel like HAVU is showing up great. They're showing great form. They're prepared and everything. But Renegades somehow, in some rounds, are just too good.
I think I'm right on this one to say Renegades haven't actually won a buy versus buy round. The only rounds they've won are pistols, 2 conversions, an eco, and then the anti-eco, and then done that again, eco anti-eco as we just saw. They've not actually won rifles versus rifles, so this is where HAVU are best. And again, we have this AWP up, but this time it's towards B. Aggression from Otto, and that's uncharacteristic. Misses the first shot. A pick found for Renegades is a situation they haven't been so far in this match up against rifles. So now they're going to be left with a great chance to exploit this. A pick down towards B again, a site they've not been putting pressure on, and while they set up the smokes for 5 players here, it's looking likely they're going to commit. Only 2 left for the CT side. Zarte sits on the bomb site and he misses across as well. Caron misses a shot. Zarte does land his, but he's traded instantly. Round open for Renegades.
There should be no way this retake to actually happen 2v4. They get Molotovs down towards ABC. The CT is rotating away. Kits on both of them, but it doesn't really matter right now. They're going to get this utility and bring it into the next round. But Renegades finally, off the back of a miss from Otto, which was very characteristic for the couple of rounds where HAVU actually won the buy rounds, because Otto got that first opening peak on different points of the map. This time around, he misses the shot, and the whole round just falls apart.
Yeah, that just shows the dependency so far for HAVU on him. I think every single rifle round he's either opened up with 1 or 2 kills, and there's always been 5-on-4s, 5-on-3s, etc. So that's definitely helped HAVU. And of course, you can rely somewhat on the AWP, but as soon as it falls apart, HAVU aren't aware of the potential B push coming in for Renegades. They have no information on the setup at all, and so they keep 2 on A, and that's why we have a double save. 2 towards B, got shut down as soon as the Renegades guys pushed in, and then that's their round. HAVU need to be a little quicker on that rotation, especially when Renegades are likely to push B after their constant losses on the A bomb site.
Observer just pointing out Caron dealing a lot of damage, not getting a lot of kills. Not a lot of damage, but definitely not getting kills. And that's something that you always have to have in mind in CS. of course, we don't like to mention it when a player's not performing, when he's not up to par, but when you're at a LAN event like this, you really want to perform, you really want to show your best. You cannot be at one frag. It's just a fact.
And the biggest surprise of this as well is we mentioned, you know, we need Azza and JKS to step up. It's actually Ustillo in second place with 12 kills. He's looking very good for the team.
Very good.
Not always the man you expect to see near the top of the board as well. So Renegades beginning their first map and first match of SLI League Shanghai looking good. But again, HAVU are always a contender for this. 2 rifles saved from the previous round and pistols across the board on the other players.
Really like the way that they're playing this initial short control. They have the bait in the P250 close by, and then they have the M4 who can pick up the revenge track eventually after. But JKS is also sitting in the counter position, just waiting for the CTs to make a mistake.
And as a result, they give up long on B. They just play passive. And the reason being is because as soon as Renegades hit B, if they give up short and just walk through Monster, HAVU can rotate all these short players up into the bomb site and catch them off guard. That's a setup, and it's quite nice to see. But Renegades are playing this one slow. We talked about how good they've been on their anti-ecos. And while we've got rifles to play with on HAVU, it's not a lot. And not a lot of A control either. But luckily for them, Renegades still aren't committed towards either site and playing very passive up towards A. Even this AWP rotation from Nifty as he moves down the connector, maybe we may see a B play risk.
Right. Let's see how they're going to make this one work. They definitely have a lot of utility. 1 Molotov, 1 nade on that CT side. No smokes to block it off. So that Molotov is going to be the only thing that holds Renegades out of that bomb site apart from ammo. Good damage being done once again. That spam spot, very common, but not usually we see this amount of damage being done through it. And here we go, lining it up. Smokes are coming in now. Sergey picks up Ustillo.
Zati, if he can open things up with a deep shot, this could be good, but it's damage more so for Renegades. They've seriously got the advantage here despite the men down, but there's only 10 seconds left. They need this bomb plant, and there's still players within the wings on the CT side. A massive double kill from Azza and the bomb down in the meantime, but it's Sergey on the rotation doing the work. 2 kills and shot through the smoke. He finds 4 in the round. HAVU will pick it up. What a ridiculous round, and the B stack seriously works for the Finns.
What a round from Sergey as well.
It's what you expected.
Yeah, but I feel like this is the first time he has stepped up individually in this map so far. What a round to do it in. It's almost at the nearing ends of the first half. He hasn't really shown much. Of course, he's on 13, so a great scoreline, but not really a lot of impact frags, not really a lot of frags in a row, just 1 frag each and every round. This time he steps up, gets 4, gets straight into the round, just takes that one home. 4 frags, very impressive from Sergey.
Great way to pick up a round that they shouldn't have as well. It brings HAVU to 6 and gives them another option. If they can get this one and close out the half 8-7, it's not even too bad for HAVU moving forward. So very good chances, but Renegades maybe a fast B. Yeah, just smoking over the top of the site and running on in. It's a Molotov to go down. Force Karen out of position. Nade from Zati opens things up thanks to Alexa B doing damage as well. And only 1 entry the way of Renegades. They need to double that, and they won't. Karen, another shot comes through. It's all onto Nifty holding from the back. And with the bomb dropped in the open, HAVU with almost the full rotation into this bomb site, and Nifty alone in the last round of the half should be over.
He's going to have to hit some magnificent shots if he wants to take this one home. Has 2 flashbangs as well to work with. If they peek him now, he may have a chance. Oh, he scopes away. That's unlucky. Nifty's not going to be gifted this one, and surely now. Just playing it patiently. And there we go. There comes the peek out. And that's going to be 8-7. HAVU restabilizing, getting 7 rounds on the board. Very nice. I think for them, we expected them to do some damage here in overpass. 7 rounds in the first half is good enough. Let's see how they rotate over and then do it on the other side of this one, because I feel like HAVU, they could have a shot here.
Yeah, they definitely could. Zarte 4 kills in that round as well, so everyone looking like they're having their moments in this matchup so far. Caron struggling, as is Nifty, which is surprising to see, just off the back of being the MVP at the Asian Minor. We were hoping to see him have a great performance, and Renegades obviously beating Tyloo in the grand finals. Actually, Nifty at the top of the board for the team, so hoping we're seeing a little bit more from him coming out in the future, but we're early days. We're only a half into the first map of this best of 3. There's still time.
It's also on the back of you, if you're that main AWP player for the one team and you're getting out-orb every single time by Otto, who's been very nice, there's just no way.
Otto looking very, very good. 14 out of his 16 kills have been with the AWP, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Opening up numerous rounds, shutting down on retakes. He's got every trick in the book. As we head into the second half, we're going to be seeing who's kicking things off with the pistol rounds. It was Renegades last time with a clean pistol and 2 conversions without losing a single player across both rounds. If they can perform the same way, they surely cannot lose this match, or at least the map, or at least they shouldn't lose this map. However, HAVU set up with a lot of utility. They've clearly got a game plan.
See here. A couple of flashbangs, a couple of smokes as well as a Molotov. Alexi B, Nifty with the aggressive peek towards Fountain. sees not really much, but rotates back. Cannot stay there for too long, so that's generally the plan. If you play aggressive on A, if you get pushed, then you have at least some time to get the rotate in because you push so aggressively up. You can get at least 2 players on that bomb side if they push straight up, but here we go. HAVU setting up.
This is essentially the same setup when you see, you know, mid-control on Mirage with 1B in Apartments and 1 in the Palace. It's just setting up for a potential late round split. They've got 1 player outside of A, they've got a player down in Monster as well, that's Zati. And considering he has a utility down towards B, he's likely going to be throwing in some kind of fake and then the commitment up towards A from the other players. That's what it's looking like at least. But HAVU are making a lot of noise towards A, so if they do throw in the fake towards this side of the map, towards the other side of the map, it may not bait Renegades in for a rotation. They'll actually fall back down. So it's a full setup towards B. Zati tagged up with his utility, so got to be careful. If you lose that smoke double flash on the push, this could shut down HAVU's push, and you can see they've slowed down the pace as a result from the early damage.
I like how Naf is actually rotating way back into ABC because he knows, okay, if the push comes, I cannot be close range with these USPS. I'm going to get flashed out, and then they're going to take me down with the Glocks. I have to be far back. And then he hears the sound from the door. He's now ready for this, the Executor coming in.
Oh, smoke's raining over, but Renegades, they know exactly what's going to be coming into the site. Ustillo quick on the defense, but unable to connect. Asa having the same issue as well. It's damage done, but not enough. As HAVU retain the man advantage, the bomb can go down easily. We even have a Molotov to cut off this graffiti position for the retake coming back in. That should be thrown out soon before he goes down. As Asa looks for this pick, the Molotov will land. This is similar to what Renegade showed in their pistol, and good damage done. Molotov with a kill. Karen finds one as well, and it's all onto Naf. In absolutely nowhere, HAVU will be able to shut down this round. A retake clutch going to be needed from the man himself, but he's unable to land 1 shot. Karen finishes off the job, 2 for him. And especially considering his performance in the first half was not up to standard, he steps up where they really need it.
And once again, like we saw in that first half, the clutch Molotov comes in into that ABC, into that rotate position where all the CTs are grouped up, and that's where the Molotov can not only do damage, but it also forces the CTs to rotate back or take duels that they should not want to take, because either you can go back and wait the Molotov out, or you can push out of the Molotov into a duel that's going to be very bad for you.
Yeah. Look at this buy as well from HAVU. They're kind of replicating Renegades in a sense. They've got 2 rifles instead of just a solo AK with 4 UMPs, but it's still somewhat dangerous. Luckily for them, the Renegades aren't fully forcing. This is something teams have been doing more commonly. They either go for this kind of half buy where they just get pistols in, and this allows one of 2 things. Either they can just buy up the same amount of pistols and utility next round and a scout again, or they can just go for more utility into their first buy, which is probably what we're going to see, because it's very likely, or it's very common at least, for when you're on the T side after you win the pistol, when you get to that first buy, the CTs just don't have utility to play with. They maybe have a smoke and a flash, but they don't have kits, they won't have Molotovs, and so it's essentially waiting for the 5th round of the half when the real buy comes in, that we actually see stuff come through. So it's up towards A, and nice shot from Nav pushing through the smoke. It's Asa close as well. What's happening? HAVU have already lost 2 men.
Yeah. Nav very good at getting that aggressive position, taking down the first shot with the scout. That was Otto getting down to 13, I think. And then he takes the second duel with the headshot. Asa close range with the CZ-75, picks up the AK-47, takes out Sarte as well. And now it's all onto the wonder child of Sergey, but there's going to be no wonders here, as Ustillo comes in from the back, and that's a full shutdown, no lives lost on the Renegade side, despite them having 4 pistols and a scout.
And 1 armored player, it was Asa who picks up 3 kills as well. If anyone was going to buy armor, luckily it was him. What a ridiculous round. We said it was dangerous from HAVU to not go in for lots of rifles. When you're coming into the matchup as a severe underdog, it's never safe to go for these SMG buys into the second round, or at least not a lot of them. While you want the money, yes, you should be playing safe with the triple rifle, playing that range game, but unfortunate start for HAVU. They looked good coming into the second half, and now that's all slipping away. If they can counter reset with their own force buy, very possible they could be back into this match.
But also, we know how dangerous that Scout C-set combo is on that CT side, because the Scout can peek aggressively, then he can rotate back after getting that first hit. You can play the C-set-75 close to a corner, which is exactly what Asa did, and you can play that long position with the double stack. And it works out perfectly, because if you can get that 2-kill advantage to begin with, and you can pick up that AK, usually, statistically, I'm pretty sure that the team on the force buy actually always wins that round. So that's a very, very nice setup from Renegades.
And it's the same setup that we saw for HAVU on their CT pistol. While they didn't win the round, they actually got the first couple of entries, which looked very good, or at least defending kills on the CT side. So nice start for Renegades to pull things back into their favor. And yeah, looking up towards A for
Dangerous
HAVU.
from Nifty, playing very close range with the ump. Sergey see some traces, and he's just continuing this aggression.
He can be wrapped. Sarte's right behind him. He's not careful. That damage is going to be heard. He shoots as well, gives away his position. Still, Zarte doesn't push off the back of it. Molotov goes in. Zarte has to play on the pushed side of it. He can't run back towards his team. Time is ticking away. HAVU still with the flashbangs to work with, but this presence shown has allowed Renegades to rotate a third player on. And still having aggression down towards Monster. They know this is going to be a B play. Azza, another shot comes through. This is a man we expect to step up moving into the second half. And he spotted Zarte too. Damage done. Not quite the finish up, but Karen shutting him down as he pushes out through long. It's HAVU to commit towards the A-bomb site. Nice entry. He takes the AK and he does work with it. Currently, HAVU are a man up, and Renegades, despite having 3 players on the site, will force back 1 towards the bank. As they wait for the full rotation to come in, HAVU get into their post plants.
Flashbang usage has been so on point so far for HAVU, and they still have 2 remaining on Kahan. So let's see here. Oh, Karen. CT's coming in with that retake.
Yeah, quick for JKS. He's got support from the M4. You still own nice first kill, but it's going to be Karen to trade things back, and Otto to go even further. Above and beyond. HAVU will pick it up. 8 rounds on this T side. What a ridiculous one to find them to 9.
Karen with the huge plays, but as I said, the flashbang usage coming into that bomb site was absolutely perfect. Of course, you want your AK player to get in and have that kill on point with his aim, but that CT player was completely flashed. Nifty in that corner had nothing to do whatsoever. He's medium range with that UMP 45, challenging it against an AK, and he's fully flashed.
And it's the exact same position we saw Sergey actually lose HAVU on when they went into
and
that.
he had a rifle.
Round, that exact same round that we saw on the first half. Yeah, ridiculous. The same thing costs both teams now.
Very much a mirror matchup here.
And again, Karen stepping up with 3 kills. On a round they really needed to pick up. We said if they find that counter force, it's going to be very good. He had a bit of a terrible showing in the first half with only 2 kills, but he pulls it back in the pistol round and in this force as well. HAVU looking good. Renegades back on pistols. We talked about Renegades' strong anti-ecos on the T side. Will we see the same thing from HAVU? They can't afford to throw this one away, and it's going to be the smoke setup where JKS peaks. Rushing in through the connector as well from the flank is Azza. Bomb dropped, weapons retrieved. Zarte's found his way into B through Monster, but he hasn't got the bomb.
Nifty and Nav still remaining here. Nav trying to get some damage done through the walls, but not actually happening. Zarte is on 39, but Nifty's position is already found out. Sergey, Spider Sense is tingling, and he takes down the frag, and now it's Nav all alone.
Yeah, despite an early good start for Renegades with a couple of kills at only the loss of 1, they bring it back. So HAVU being able to close out this round. Naf just saving the pistol here, nowhere close to get these exits anyway, and there's no guns dropped towards the A side of the map with no kills from HAVU, so it doesn't really matter. Right now he's just looking to hold on to this gun. Again, Renegade's likely to be throwing in another eco off the back of this, so it doesn't really matter too much. You can just save the 5-7 for a rainy day. But right now, HAVU are looking good. I was slightly worried moving into the second half when they lost that second round, but pulling it back with the pistol force when Karen got 3 opening frags with that AK, things are definitely looking up now for the Finnish side, and we've already talked about this is an upset potential matchup. This is the map HAVU need.
Yeah. And also when you think about it, like we talk a lot about frags and CS in general, and I kind of feel like sometimes frags are not showing the full image, but in this kind of situation, frags is a metric of how well you're helping each other out, as we see an interesting buy coming in. But what we can see from this is that Karen had a tough time in that first half. Second half, he kind of steps it up. And that's not only frag-wise, but that's also when he's flashing for his teammates, when he's working with the unit. We have not the same setup here for Renegades, because you have Nifty not picking it up, the Obduals he's not winning them, JKS not in that star position anymore, definitely not a performer like it, and that's a big problem right now. Renegades need everyone to step up, and they work as a team.
Yeah, Karen and Zarte, the 2 kind of old Finnish CS players, playing more supportive roles, as you would expect with uprising stars like both Sergey and Otto. And a weird buy from Renegades, as you just said, double UMP coming in. I thought they were going to throw in another eco, or at least a half buy coming into this round, but they actually commit to it. And while it does allow good utility, not the best weaponry.
But this is already the AWP gone out for Nifty. I'm pretty sure he got the AWP.
Yeah,
right?
he did.
Yeah, and he's losing out in an AK duel to Otto. How's that even, how does that even
best
work?
AWPer, best rifler, it doesn't even matter right now. Fast out towards long for HAVU. With a pick down, Otto can even grab the AWP off the body, and he will. Free upgrade. Can't turn down that deal, and that's playing close. Quick frag from him. Trade needed from Sergey, but there's positions out towards aggressively on long. At the back, that's going to be one to support, and Azza, an aggressive peek. Without support from Nafly with a Molotov down, that's just a ballsy fight to go for. A risk not worth taking, and he'll pay the price.
I kind of feel like he was calling for some kind of utility backup from the side, but he didn't get it in time. He probably thought it was coming as he peaked, but it didn't come, so I feel like there could be some communication issues there for Renegades, of course. We're not on that voice comms right now, so we'll never know, but I feel like that could be avoided. Let's see here how he still is going to hold that up. You mentioned a couple of rounds ago he's been playing decently well. He's had a couple of good rounds, good scoreboard showing as well, but now he's in a very tough situation. He has to hold this corner. as one teammate in water, which I feel like is the most important position to have on that bomb site. And actually now rotating close up. LXCB, can he get in to get these frags? Get these openings, he's trying for it, he's getting the full flash kill, but now Naf is coming in. He's getting 2 with the jump. JKS with another double, and that's the whole setup for Renegades. They just hold down that site perfectly. And JKS finally stepping into the fray on 10 frags now.
Yeah, issue is for HAVU there is even after finding those first couple of pickups up towards the A side of the map, they rotate. And because they take so long on that rotation to set up the smokes down towards B, Renegades already have 3 players on the site. They know what's going on. So HAVU push in with, what, 15 seconds left. There's no time for them to get the bomb plant. Maybe if they had another 30, they could have played that a little slower, but they weren't given any options. So despite the man advantage, they still fall short. And that's Renegades coming back in with a quick round. Despite the somewhat messy buy, they still make it work. And this messy buy is going to be now on the side of HAVU with only pistols. Sergey board up, everyone else down on just armorless guns.
That's a problem with when you allow the CTs to have that rotation, when you take too much time into that execute. You have to block them out of their positions. They try to. They have 1 water, 1 close short, and 1 towards monster. If they have that set up, it's going to be very hard to counter.
Yeah, and they could have rotated through the connector as well, but they actually wrap him all the way through the T-spawn just to bypass any CTs that had found themselves in the connector with that kind of buy. So long rotation allows for Renegades to have the knowledge, and it's Nifty who won't have the shot, almost gets glocked to death. Damaged really, really heavily. Azza on the site as well for support, but he's got to be careful with Nifty so low. Luckily, these players are wiping the slate clean. Renegades only lose 1 man to the Molotov, and Azza another frag. Even Sergey's position given up. They're just going to hunt him on the reload. Nice shot from JKS. He cleans up the round, and Renegades keep it in their favor. Take the advantage now to 11, but HAVU are back in with the buy. They're back in with the AWP. It's their chance to get the reset once again.
I feel like this is a time where if Nifty steps up the last 10% and starts winning these duels against Otto, that could be the thing that pushes Renegades over the edge, and then they could take this game, let's say 16 to 10, 16 to 11, 16 to 12. So I'm very much looking at this AWP duel to start off with, because if Otto gets another win in that duel, if they like shape up against each other, take that duel, then maybe HAVU has a chance if they can get that opening. Nifty going aggressive once again, and this is, if it works, it's genius. If it doesn't work, like it has for the last 5 rounds, it looks very bad. Let's see here, Otto very defensive with his AWP play.
And that's fair play enough, because right, Nifty's already been pushing up on long in prior rounds, so to play aggressive early on for HAVU could be a dangerous game. And again, coming into this one, they need this buy round. Otherwise, they're back in for the eco. Renegades take an even further lead to maybe 13-10, and things could slip away.
I like the decision of Asa and Nifty there to not overstay their welcome aggressively towards short. They are working in that unit, so if, let's say, Nifty gets a shot off, or if he gets shot down, they still have Asa to hold the position and call the information. But they do not overstay their welcome. They get the information play, say, okay, they're not here now, we're going to rotate back. They can take the map control now, but for the next 20 seconds, we're not going to see anything here.
No, just HAVU forcing their way up with the bomb as well, and with it up towards long looking likely, they commit towards A. However, that being said, we've got 2 players down on short water. So still they could either throw in the smokes for the fake, or just use these players to hold the map control, allow HAVU to fake A and then rotate back into the position that's being held from HAVU, because again, if you go for that fake, you want presence down towards the other side of the map. Otherwise, CTs can get aggressive, they can get inside of the connector, and they can shut off that rotation, especially if you're low on time that HAVU are. This is looking like the A play, especially with that pick. Azza getting a bit too big for his boots, and he pushes up. That will force him to go down, and HAVU with the entry going to commit towards A. It's Nifty with the AWP who has to step up. Renegades are taking so long on this rotation as well. You would surely think they would know this. Nifty grabs 1 kill. That will delay the push, but HAVU still have site control. Bomb going down on this side of the map, and Nifty, unable to stop it, unable to connect the shot, still decides to push on in. Rotation from the back lines from Nafly, everyone else coming in through the CT spawn. It's Sergey that Nifty hasn't realized. He bypassed, and he'll pay the price down to the crossfire held from the Finnish player, and Zati even shutting down the connector. This retake is falling apart.
They need a gift right now from HAVU to make this work, and they're not going to get that. So just going to rotate away with their weaponry. And I kind of felt like either the rotation was too slow, or the decision to wait for a full retake was not the right one. But definitely that round did not play out very well for Renegades, that's what we can say.
You could read exactly what Renegades thought it would be as well, not only off the back of the really slow rotation off of B, but also off of Az's aggression. The reason he went aggressive there is they assumed it would be a B play, and that's because of the presence we saw early on in the round towards short from both Sergey and Otto. We said, if these guys show presence, they could force Renegades to get aggressive down on B. It was actually A where they got aggressive to try and get the rotation through connector, and that's how they get caught out, feeding Sergey the first pick and allowing that quick push towards a bomb site, and Renegades were still convinced it was B, even after that first frag. A big mistake to make, and a misread from the CT side. They need to make sure that doesn't happen again, because this game is so damn close.
11 to 11. And this is only the first map of this best of 3, so we could go all the way As we do see Nifty once again peeking aggressively towards T-spawn position. He's not going to get that playground peek. Rotates back now. And that's something I like from HAVU as well. They know that Nifty's going to be playing on this A side with the rifles, with the sniper rifles. He's going to be playing aggressive. That's what he's good at, which is not going to give him the opportunity. We're going to take the slow, the more standard way of peeking. We're going to use our utility to open up space for AK and our ult players. So we're not going to allow him to get that opening peek he enjoys to get. Nafly with a very nice position. This kind of stack they have going on, Alexi B is not really ready for it. So he goes down early on. But now they know, okay, there's definitely danger in this area. We either have to bypass it or we have to use our utility to kind of clear it out.
Yeah, nice curveball thrown in from Renegades on a mismatched buy with not much utility. A round they definitely need, and throwing in something a little more unique catches out HAVU. They don't expect any presence there because we've not seen any from Renegades this half. It's a nice way to kick things off. And again, we talk about how Renegades get this pick and then back off instantly, and that's what they've done. We've got, you know, Azza falling back in through B short, wrapping around towards the A site, the pullback from connector towards A as well. These guys playing very passive. And again, low time for HAVU. This is something that we saw in the previous round where Renegades got aggressive when there was only 30 seconds left. They can't make, and they won't make, the same mistake here. HAVU are forced to make a play. 30 seconds on the clock, damage done through the wall on B to both sides. And HAVU, they will commit, but they're taking their damn time.
Yeah, rotation coming in towards ABC from Renegades as they are setting up for that B push with 18 seconds to go. They have to either hurry up or just save all in all, but 14 seconds, 15 seconds. That's just running into the fray. Sergey gets the opening though, and this is a chance, but Nav can easily shut this down together with Asa. It's not even going to be time for that bomb plant. They just have to kill the bomb plant, and they're going to do exactly that. The round is over.
Yep, forced to go for the bomb plant again. They're already in a man disadvantage walking into the site, forced to make a plant, otherwise they lose a round. It means only 2 players have rifles in their hands to even contend with that of Renegades. And with 2 players down on the site and the third still in the wings for that rotation towards the CT spawn, as you said, you know, perfect rotation from Renegades, perfect read. They have good positions in the site as well to deny the bomb plant. Nothing going right for HAVU there, taking far too long on the push.
Yeah, and that's, I feel like some teams do that on purpose, other teams just come
That
into
was a
that
desperate,
yeah, exactly.
desperation,
They come into that position not because it's their plan, but because that's how the round played out. And that's a very, very, not a big mistake, but a kind of mistake in how you set up your rounds. You cannot make yourself in that position or make yourself come into that position time and time again. If that happens 2 or 3 times during a round, there's something wrong, and you should take a timeout to address the issues. That's why we have these short timeouts, so you can address these small issues. And that's like, I don't think I'm mistaken though. I don't think that HAVU has taken a timeout just yet, as we're seeing eco frags all over the map.
Yeah,
straight out.
The only timeout's been for Renegades, and that was in
Yes.
the first half as well. So I think HAVU, they have one more buy here. I think if they lose this buy, that's when you call a timeout. Even now would be a good idea.
I feel like they should call a timeout now.
Yeah, it would be a good idea, but I assume they won't, because it's typical you'll call it before the eco instead of the buy.
Yep.
That's usually more common. So if HAVU lose this round, not only will Renegades be up to 14, but it will be an anti-eco for the 15. So HAVU will be probably forcing. I mean, it's a close match, so we could just see them play for the OT, but being underdogs, I would imagine a force coming through.
I feel like they need to win this round right now to stay in the game. Also because Nifty has actually gotten a couple of frags now. He's gone a bit more aggressive. That was one of the factors I needed to see out from Renegades in order to win this matchup here, at least on the first map, was Nifty needed to not step up and win the game for them, but step up and deliver an average performance. And he's getting closer to that in his last couple of rounds. Definitely way better than the first half. If he lands this opening peak or this opening hold here, then that could be a great start for him. Asa rotates in to get that double peak position. Nifty gets it, and I feel like this is where HAVU might fall apart.
Yeah, Azza's still aggressive here, and the flashbang will come through. Azza, 2 massive kills. Bomb dropped, and the commitment from HAVU fallen away. Again, Renegades in a massive spot to pick up this round with only 2 remaining from the finish side. They've got to make individual plays. This one isn't about teamwork as much as it is just stepping up and finding frags. Nifty defending from the tree, not even going to be over-facing. It's Azza to even shut down the other player, and with a 1v5, you got the balls to peek. It's safe. Renegades will pick it up without losing a man.
That's the duo on the A side winning that round entirely on their own, Asa, Nifty, and those are the players that, as I mentioned before, like Asa can be this rock of the team, but you still need Nifty to get at least an average position and an average performance, and he's given that now. You see the scoreboard as well. Asa's on, 24 frags, Nafis on 25. It's all looking very good for the Renegades. The HAVU on the other side of things started up quite well, and now they're in this kind of position where they're forcing. They have 1 ump, have a bunch of CSAT 75, some utility behind it like that, but it's going to be very hard for them to get anything out of it. 2 umps still on that Renegade side. They're not upgrading.
Yeah, just keeping the money in their favor despite, not going for rifles. It's a fast B play from one player. That's Sergey, already dead to JKS's aggression down on Monster. So that's one weapon drop. Not a massive drop as it's only UMP and can be retrieved. But it's just unfortunate. It's not a way you want to start things off. HAVU set up quickly towards B, but right now we've got aggression from the CT side. It's NAF to get aggressive on short. Quick trade, but with a man advantage, a 1-for-1 favors the CT side.
They're going to take those trades all day, but it doesn't even matter because Acid just jumps in.
Nuts.
Gets that 2K, and now it's all on Sate. Nice shot from Sate, though, but this there's no reason to celebrate because there's no way he's going to clutch this one 1v3.
No, this doesn't look doable. Ammo limited, time not even great. Bit of utility, but already the angle being held. Even if he doesn't get the kill, it's the information. The bomb's down for the CT side, so it really does not matter. Another kill for Zate, so he's just trying to make it costly. But again, Renegades have so much cash because they've been saving those UMPs, right, instead of going for the rifles. So even though he does do damage, it's 15 rounds to Renegades. It's still looking so good for the Australians.
JKS was going to pick up a rifle, but he didn't get it in the end, so they're still going to have one UMP on the side here. But still 3 rifles. Actually, he says, doesn't matter, guys. We got too much money. I'm just going to get the info. I don't want this UMP anymore. And as we see UMPs being thrown away on the CT side of things, the HAVU guys are clinching to these umps because that's all they have left in this matchup. That's their last remaining chance to get anything done here. As Renegades could take this first map 16-11.
Looking very, very good indeed. Aggression towards the A side of the map for the T side, and the same for NAF as well, as he begins to push up. Close to the bench, we've not seen his position before, and it will catch him off guard. They have no idea. He gets one. Trade found for Karen. And that is, off the back of that as well, already we're going to see Renegades begin to back off of this A side of the map. It's the AWP from Nifty, unable to get anything done, falls back towards the toilets. So got to be careful they don't throw away this round. This is an opportunity to HAVU to get back in. Nifty forced back with the Molotov will allow HAVU a little more map control towards A.
And because now he can push up towards the original position where he peek onto towards that fountain play, but will be molled off. But Frax coming in left, right, and center. Renegades now in a 4-B2, make that 3-B2. And Sergey, once again, he's the kind of guy who can always step on. Look at this from Otto. Still has no idea. And Otto's going to get that frag. He was very close to whiffing that, but Sergey now in a chance, in a position to get something more done. No. And he's so close, but JKS will win out that duel now 1v1.
Yeah, Sergey runs out of ammo. It may cost him this map as Otto is last man standing. Has the bomb to play with, so he wraps around towards B, but JKS has read this one. He's read ahead. Luckily, Otto has a smoke for the cross, but he's wrapping in through the lower part of the CT spawn. Bomb plant comes in, and even though Otto gets a post plant, he might not be aware that JKS has already wrapped so close. Needs to clear the angle, and he does! Massive round for Otto, massive round for Sergey, and somehow HAVU keep himself in this map.
I don't know how they did that, but definitely did happen. Very nice. Obviously, I know. We all saw it. But very nice coming in from HAVU, saving themselves from the brink of destruction there.
And what an opening map for Sergey. What a display. 24 kills and 17 deaths. Even if they do lose this round, him and Otto, they are playing out of their minds. It's just a shame not everyone can step up to the board. But that being said, these are the 2 stars for HAVU.
And actually, he had a kind of a slow start in the first 4 or 5 rounds on that initial CT side. So this has been in, let's say, the more important part, apart from the pistol round of this map, he's been stepping up. And that's always nice to see, having a slow start and then being able to say, okay, come like above it and say to yourself, okay, let's get above this. Let's get through the game. Let's play as we usually do. And that's a mental thing that can be very hard when you're coming into your first big international LAN. So much pressure. He's only, what, 15? 16. Yeah. That's still very young.
Still nuts, right?
If he can have that kind of mental fortitude at this point in his career, imagine what this guy will be like in like 3 years.
Yeah, there's so many players like that that are good but so young, and they don't have the opportunity to play on a stage this big. HAVU coming to this 150k event, if they can make it through group stages, I'd be so impressed and so happy for them. But they've got a contender to deal with, it is Renegades, and they may not even pick up the first map, as Renegades are looking good to close it out here. The better buy in the favor of the CT side, and again, the same setup towards long, with the AWP supporting as a playing close. Although HAVU, they know this setup, they've done it before themselves, and Otto already finding the opener. With a deep smoke, we don't see Nifty get aggressive, so he can't even trade that frag. But he will go through it this time, lands a shot, drops the bomb, gets the information, and falls back.
That smoke flash timing, very nice from the T side. Luckily for Renegades, the CT's Nifty has the balls of steel, and he just runs through the smoke, gets the opening peek, rotates back. Careful he doesn't get peeked another time, but Nifty, once again, he at least does get 2, and now JKS and the rest of the team, they're going to finish this one off as JKS takes the frag. Triple for him, 16-12. Renegades take map 1.
What a map as well. Great performances from so many players on both sides. Despite HAVU losing, we said it, Otto and Sergey put up numbers in their debut match. And again, Renegades, just some ridiculous individual performances. Some nice AWPing coming out from Nifty in the latter stages of the map as well. He struggled in the first half. He got not many kills, but moving forward to the second one, he was one of the main reasons they actually picked that up. And that was due to him having the AWP on the CT side.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about in the middle of that game. Sometimes frags are obviously not everything, but it kind of shows how you work as a unit. And sometimes if your AWP is not hitting his shots, the whole unit is going to be falling apart slowly. So that's why when they get Nifty, they get the last 10%. And that's what they needed to step up the game. I was mentioning when it was 11-11, if Nifty steps up the last 10%, that's going to be what pushes them over the edge. And that's exactly what happened. He stepped that up. He took a couple of frags, took a couple of openers, and Renegades.
And now this is looking really scary in this matchup, right? Because we have the first map going the way of Renegades, but for HAVU, we said the win was only going to happen if they picked up this first map. If they took overpass, their map pick, maybe they could go forward and do well, but already falling short in the first one, we don't know how this is going to go out. I really think there's a good chance now for Renegades just to close this out in 2 maps. Of course, it is their map pick coming up next.
Yeah, I feel like Renegades have a big chance for this one. They can definitely go in 2-0, as you said, but we're going to be right back and find out with map 2. But now we're going to go to commercial.
CS.money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGD.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.